Okay, well, here's hoping the wind doesn't ruin all the audio for this, but welcome to my backyard. I kind of wanted to show you around. It's a little bit of a mess right now because we're in spring and everything has been, well, under leaves and snow all winter. But it's about time for us to get started, so I figured I'd show you what my beginning of the year projects are. Say hi to the duck. This is Tennyson. She is a happy little duck and she lives in the backyard. And there are my chickies. Got 3 girls, 1, 2, 3, and that's where they live in their coop. So, this is my first project for the year. This might look a little grody for some of you. This is sap. It is about, well, maybe 20 gallons of maple sap at this point that is boiling down and condensing. This is what sap regularly looks like, which is just like water. So I actually at one point had about 50 gallons of sap in these buckets. That's why there are buckets all out in my yard. And now I have quite a bit of maple syrup in the house, but it's a long process because I don't have a really big fancy setup. That's something I'm working on for next year. You can see chickens. These are my garden beds. Right now the chickens are just having a good old time rummaging through them and picking out bugs and things. I'm not really able to start gardening until, well, if I'm smart Mother's Day, if I am willing to risk it or do some cold weather crops a little bit before that. I have this garden bed here and that guy there and a lot of different pots that I grow things in. This is one of my silver maple trees. You can see the tap and it follows this entire tube down into a 5-gallon bucket. I don't know if you can hear, but that's where my trees are. That's the tree that's been making a lot of syrup for me, this one, and then I have one in the front of my yard. This is normally all strawberries and columbine. And then my tea garden, which I haven't prepared yet. Up here's normally the big bulk of the garden. You can tell there's the big compost pile. And then in the back, this is my current project. And we will see how this turns out for me. So, I took a ton of 2x2s. I have made this, so roughly 5 foot by 2 foot. What will be a cage when I get all of the hardwire mesh around it. And I have made these little doors that are going to go in. And this is where I'm going to keep my quail. I still have to go ahead and put some support struts in, really mostly in that back area and over here, and then put the hardware mesh on, of course. I have a bunch of 2x4s because my hope is to build a bit of a table that I can lift the cage on and off of. So in theory, I can put the quail in their cage still out onto the grass when it's really nice outside so they can get some outside time because I like that for my animals. You know, happy quail, happy life, I don't know, something like that. And then I've got these 2 potting bags. What I'm actually going to do with these is a little bit of a different deal. So I'm not putting this potting soil into any pots. I'm going to be cutting a big rectangle out here and putting them under a clear plastic tote tub. That is going to be hopefully the start to some arugula and lettuce and kale that I can use as what's called a cut and come again crop, where you cut off the top, where you pull off leaves and you leave the plant started. Those are all hardier plants because it won't be warm here for a good long while. I need something that's going to be a little bit more insulated that I can. There's a little bit less risk to start up now. And then if you look under there, those are some beehive boxes. Yeah, my garage is a mess, which should, I feel like, surprise no one who actually knows me. For the rest of this week, I have a lot of maintenance work to do. I have to go in here and clear up all of these raspberry canes and do the same for some raspberry canes that are over there. I have to patch a hole in the fence because the chickens are sneaky. They are sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. This pretty white lace guy here, Lacey is her name, unsurprisingly. She gave me quite the scare the other day. I came out here about 20 minutes after feeding them and she was just gone. I looked all around the neighborhood. I did a real thorough search of the backyard, but I did not think to look in the singular hole in the compost bin, the black plastic one that we have, because I didn't think she'd get in there. And then when I was about to give up on her, she popped her head out. I was more than a little bit mad, but that's okay. I'm over it now, maybe. And Tennyson here, Tennyson is a little girl I got earlier, just in almost November. So I haven't gotten a ton of time to be with her because it was so cold, of course, all winter. And she is finally letting me pet her, aren't you? Aren't you, baby girl? Yes, you are. The only other really fun thing I've got going on right now is I have started to keep an eye on that was horrifying. I don't know if anyone saw that. That was a big old squirrel. Holy crap. I have some mason bee houses over here, but I am hoping to kind of do more projects like this one. So, oh, hold on a second. You're caught. You can see over there, this is an oyster mushroom log. And so come September, it sprouts oyster mushrooms and gives me almost 2 or 3 pounds of mushrooms. That's great, but what I want to do is try a project where I use a laundry basket and I inoculate hay inside the laundry basket or sawdust inside the laundry basket with some specialty mushrooms. So I'm thinking almond agaricus or maybe something else that's kind of fun. I have wine cap mushrooms actually up in the garden. So I am starting to pull out my seeds for the year. I'm starting to clean up. It's hard to clean up the yard in winter, so it winds up being messy and just kind of covered in mud and bird poop. But that is what I am up to right now. And in addition, I have been taking this time at home to focus on some of my other skills.
Soren knows that's where the food lives. See if he goes inside. It's all in.
Anyway, you guys should let me know what's keeping you all busy. Next week I have a pressure canner coming, and so my goal is to learn how to can my own soup. You know, the things you get into when you're bored. I hope you guys are all having a good one. I have a reading video coming up very soon. You know the drill. Comment down below, like, subscribe. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.